Hey, everybody. Injury Illustrated. We are on chapter 21, and it's really fitting that we are on chapter 21 today, which is titled Healing Trauma. And I just gave a podcast interview about vicarious trauma and how dangerous it is to become attached to the outcome for your client. And this chapter is specifically about that, about not really knowing what the ultimate outcome is going to be for your client after their catastrophe. And so I'm actually going to read two paragraphs because I want to introduce you to the client and his trauma. And then I want to show you how the outcome is something that no one ever would have expected. So here we go. Stephen Turner was a soldier for the Army who spent much time overseas. He was young, strong, and on honorable discharge, but not healthy. Post-traumatic stress disorder and depression drove him into seclusion, introversion, self-pity, and self-destruction. Stephen had a meaningless job he hated. None of his so-called friends understood the visions and memories of war and destruction that swirled in his head. Home seemed frivolous and insignificant compared to the violence he had witnessed and sometimes created. When Stephen was hit and thrown from his motorcycle by a drunk driver, he was a poster child, victim for painkiller addiction and suicide. The few people who remained in his life were concerned by his late night rides, speeding for hours through the streets to open his mind, feeling the rush and the danger that reminded him of being alive in combat. When Stephen was hit on his bike, he was rear-ended by a drunk driver. He ultimately lost both of his legs. Could Stephen live in any sort of life without legs? People worried this would put him over the edge, beyond any happiness that he found in walking, running, riding, and fighting. Stephen was an eggshell, and now he was broken. Pain medications coursed through his bloodstream, numbing everything, and he liked it. So this was our client. He was rear-ended by a drunk driver. He lost his legs. We were very worried about him. I know that the attorney and myself, we were very attached to his outcome and what was going to happen. And so this is second paragraph. It teaches you you never know. Suddenly, Stephen found himself surrounded by physical therapists and support staff. Never in his life had he received so much attention and positive assistance. For months, he healed and grew with his medical facility family. Stephen got stronger and clearer, focused, and determined to take responsibility for his future. He began working out with other amputees, training on higher levels, running on his hands, his torso suspended from the ceiling in a sling-like zip line. Stephen trained for competition. Today, Stephen is a world champion athlete. In front of the jury, his muscles bulge, his confidence grows, and his smile is infectious. He became a para-Olympian bodybuilder. So you never know. Injury Illustrated. Stay tuned.